What if I told you that Attack on Titan is more than just an anime about titans and epic battles? What if its world is deeply connected to real-world history, particularly World War II? Many fans have noticed the eerie similarities between the events in Attack on Titan and the darkest moments in human history. From the oppression of Eldians to the rise of Eren Yeager as a nationalistic leader, every part of this story seems to echo real-world tragedies. Today, we will take a deep dive into these historical connections and uncover the shocking truth behind Attack on Titan. One of the most obvious historical references in Attack on Titan is the way Eldians are treated by the Marleyans. They are forced to wear armbands to distinguish them from the rest of society. They live in segregated areas and have little to no rights. This should remind us of something horrifyingly real: the treatment of Jewish people under Nazi Germany during World War II. The Nazis forced Jews to wear the Star of David, confined them to ghettos, and eventually sent millions to concentration camps where they faced genocide. Just like Eldians in Marley, Jewish people were seen as dangerous outsiders, leading to mass discrimination and suffering. Even in war, Eldians are treated as expendable soldiers, sent to the battlefield with no regard for their lives. Similarly, in Nazi Germany, Jewish prisoners were often forced into labor camps, treated as tools rather than human beings. This brutal comparison is what makes Attack on Titan's world so hauntingly realistic. After World War II, Japan, once a military superpower, was completely dismantled. The country was placed under strict international control, and its people were forced to abandon their imperial ambitions. This situation bears a strong resemblance to what happened to Eldians after they lost power to Marley. The once great Eldian Empire, which once ruled with the power of the Titans, became nothing more than a forgotten nation, forced to retreat to Paradise Island. Like Japan, which had to rebuild itself after the war, the Eldians had to choose. Would they isolate themselves forever or fight back? The debate between Jaegerists and pacifists in Attack on Titan is also a direct parallel to post-war Japan. After losing its military dominance, Japan faced two opposing ideologies. One group wanted to rebuild its army and reclaim its power, while the other believed in maintaining peace. In Attack on Titan, this struggle is reflected through characters like Floch, who believes in military strength, and those who advocate diplomacy. This historical reflection adds another layer of realism to the anime. Marley's expansionist policies in Attack on Titan closely resemble European colonialism in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Just like how Britain, France, and other European nations conquered lands to exploit resources and gain power, Marley uses its military and Titan forces to control other nations. The way Marley treats Eldians as second-class citizens and uses them as tools of war is disturbingly similar to how colonial empires treated the people they ruled over. The real-world inspiration is clear. Just as colonized nations fought for independence from European rule, the Eldians on Paradise Island struggled to free themselves from Marley's control. This connection makes Attack on Titan not just a fantasy anime, but a powerful reflection of history. One of the most controversial comparisons in Attack on Titan is the striking similarity between Eren Yeager and Adolf Hitler. Both started as revolutionaries, seeking justice for their oppressed people. However, as their power grew, so did their radical ideologies. Hitler rose from a failed revolutionary to the Führer of Nazi Germany, leading the country into one of the deadliest wars in history. Eren, similarly, evolved from a freedom fighter into a leader who believes that mass extermination is the only way to protect his people. Both Eren and Hitler were imprisoned before rising to power. In prison, Hitler wrote Mein Kampf, laying out his ideology of racial superiority and German expansionism. Similarly, while Eren was imprisoned, he secretly planned the invasion of Liberio, where he launched a brutal attack against Marley's leadership. These events mirror each other in an unsettling way. Both leaders inspired a fanatical following. The Jaegerists in Attack on Titan believe in Eren's vision without question, much like how Hitler's followers blindly obeyed his commands. Their loyalty is absolute, even when it means sacrificing morality and humanity. This parallel makes Attack on Titan not just a story of war, but also a study of how power can corrupt even the most well-intentioned leaders. If we analyze Attack on Titan closely, we can see that each season reflects different phases of real-world wars. Season 1 represents the initial conflicts, where nations begin to realize the dangers surrounding them. Season 2 mirrors a Cold War situation, with both sides gathering intelligence and preparing for future battles. Season 3 is the build-up to total war, and the final season showcases the devastating effects of full-scale global conflict. This structure is almost identical to the historical timeline of the World Wars. Just like in real history, alliances are formed, betrayals occur, and in the end, war leaves nothing but destruction. This deep connection to history is what makes Attack on Titan so powerful. Attack on Titan is not just an anime about war and titans, it is a reflection of real-world history. Whether intentional or not, its story mirrors some of the darkest events in human history. What do you think? Do you see these connections as well? Let us know in the comments.